Hi Paper Crafters, this is Robin with Robin's Creative Cottage. I'm really excited to share with you the project that I made for a swap over on Your Paper Pantry. This little notebook was for the Many Things to Do swap, and we're to make 3 of them, and we will swap 3 of them. I made one extra for myself, and I think it turned out really cute. I'm really excited to share it with you. So let's go ahead and get started. The rules for this swap were to use turquoise, red, and then cream or white. So I have those colors throughout my book, including a lot of black. The paper collection that I used is Mariposa. It's really beautiful. I love all the bird cages and the butterflies on there. So what I did is I used several different stamps on the inside of my little notebook. The notebooks were to measure 4 by 6, and I used this really cute stamp right here. It says, "Life gives you many reasons to smile," and that stamp is from my friend Kimberly. She's over at My Craft Spot, and I will leave the link for this for you so you can go find her stamps. I also used a rubber band, or an elastic rather, to bind it, so then that way the notebook will stay closed. So if it's in your purse, then it will stay closed. I used an S clip on here to hold my charm, and let me get a close-up of the charm. This charm is a tiny photo frame, and I took one of the paper lines from Mariposa and I cut out one of the tiny butterflies and then put it inside the frame, and then the recipient of the book can of course put any photo that they want in there because it's easily to be removed. So that's my cute little charm that I put on there, and I hope you'll forgive me, I'm still have my cold and a horrible cough. Another one of the requirements was to have at least 25 pages in here, and so I have actually more than 25. So let me go ahead and show you the inside of the book. The front cover, I forgot to mention that my cover is just chipboard, and I painted it black, and then I sprayed it with the bronze glimmer mist to give it some fun sparkle. And then the front cover has 2 pockets that I used envelopes to make those pockets, so they can tuck anything they want in here. This just happens to be my my name, my YouTube channel. For the recipient who gets the book, they'll know who made it. These 2 butterflies, I used my Cricut to cut them out. I used the Indie cartridge, and then just a couple of the papers from the paper line. Each of these tabs were cut using my Cricut, and I used the cartridge from my kitchen, which was really fun because they have a lot of tabs in here, index tabs for recipes, and they also have small little tabs that you can cut out. So that's what I used to make each of my dividers. And then I just went ahead and I used my my computer to print off things to do. And I actually, to make the tabs, I just used a template from my Cricut. Since I didn't have a label punch, I went ahead and cut me out a template using thin clear plastic, and with that I went ahead and I printed the words that I wanted for my label. I just printed on my computer, and then I used my template to lay over just like this, and then I just traced it and cut it out, and that's how I made my labels. These lines here I just drew with a pen so that I could see where to line up the words. So the first tab is titled Things to Do, and then inside I have, the first cover has an envelope pocket so that you can tuck something in here. And then I used some more stamps, and I used a variety of stamps for my little label tabs here. This says, "Live your life, enjoy," and then it has a really fun butterfly, and then I've got some a fun design in the background. The stamps that I used for all my tabs on the inside came from these 3 stamp sets. From this one's titled For the Birds, and I used the bird down here and some of the words. And then this Tim Holtz, Stampers Anonymous, used several of the stamps from that collection. And then this one is called Butterfly Magic, and used several of the butterflies. Behind my pocket and my tab, I have just some notebook paper that I cut down to put here. And then here's the next tab, Things to Remember. And I did do stitching on here, if you can see that in the video. And I just used my sewing machine. And again, here's my pocket here, and then my tab, and then notebook paper. I just used computer paper actually for here. The third tab says Things to Ponder, and then I put another tag, another pocket, and again just use the Mariposa paper line just to cover my pockets. Some more paper right here. The fourth tab says Things to Buy, so there's always something that we need to jot down to grab from the store. And then again, another envelope, and then my tab for my inspirational saying, notebook paper to write on, and my last tab says Things to Make. There's always something us crafters want to create. So here's my little inspiration tag, and then my pocket page, and then you can jot down things that you want to make or diagram them, or however you want to use this notebook paper. And I just used a bunch of pattern papers that I've had for a long time and just cut them up and put them in the book. I did use my Zetter machine to bind my notebooks, and again you can see I hope you can see the shimmer and sparkle from the glimmer mist. It looks really pretty. And this is how I put the elastic band on. I used some large eyelets, and I just put a little bit of the elastic through, and I did have to cut my hole just a little teeny bit bigger to fit the eyelet through. So, and I did that on both sides as I made my holes, put my rubber band through, and then my eyelet. And then on the back side, these are the eyelets that I used. So I used these large eyelets to hold it together, and then another just piece of pattern paper. So that's my notebook for the swap over at Your Paper Pantry for the many things to do. Thanks so much for watching my video today. I hope you all have a great day.